we want to multiply and divide rational expressions. And here we have a couple of expressions that we're going to work with to multiply together and then simplify. So if we really look at what this means, for example, we need 3 multiplied by x to the 5th multiplied by y squared multiplied by 6 multiplied by x multiplied by y squared. So really, across the entire numerator is just multiplication, and across the entire denominator is also multiplication. So in cases like this, I like to rewrite this with the coefficients and the variables written in order. And so that's what we'll do. So I'm going to write down all the coefficients of the numerator. So this is going to be 3 multiplied by 6. Now I'm going to write down the next variable, which is x to the 5th and x to the 1st. So if they're the same base and they're multiplied together, you add. So 5 plus 1 becomes multiplied by x to the 6th. And then we have y squared multiplied by y squared. So we get multiplied by y to the 4th. So that's the numerator rewritten with all the terms that we have. Next, we look at the denominator, and we have 8 and 9. So I'm just going to write those down, 8 and 9. And then we have x to the 1st times x to the 3rd. Add those together, we get x to the 4th. And then y multiplied by y, that becomes y squared. So now we have our rational expression a little bit more organized, and we can see what we can take out. So in the numerator, we have a 3. So I know that I can divide a 3 out of that 3 there, and I can divide 1 3 out of that 9. Next, I move to the 6, and I know that I can multiply 2 times 3 here, so I can take another 3 out of this 6, and that matches with the 3 that we can take out of that 9 there. So now the 9 is gone, and the 3 is gone, and part of the 6 is gone. We can also divide a 2 out of the 6. So the 6 is gone because we divide that 2 out of the 8. And what that leaves us with is just in the denominator, this is just going to be left to 4. So I'm going to start writing that down. So we get 4 there. And now we look at what we have left. And we see that we have 6 x's in the numerator, and we have 4 x's in the denominator. So we can take all 4 of those x's out of the denominator, so those are gone, and we can match that with the x's in the numerator. So 4 of those x's are gone, but 6 minus 4, so that just leaves us with 2. So that will bring us in x squared in the denominator, or in the numerator. And now we have a y to the 4th and a y squared, so I can divide a y squared out of the denominator, and I can divide a y squared out of the numerator. And what that's going to leave me with is just a y squared in the numerator. So that is in the simplest form.